Hey people, Indra here, 3v3, SDL Province Blue Team. YZ with a Hive Tyrant, a very durable hero walking through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee with a basic synapse, and I'm going to call this guy Gerard because YZ specifically requested it, named after Steven Gerrard. I guess they are a Liverpool fan, who would have thunk it? Alongside Overtly Gemerous with an Apothecary support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Rounding off the team, Shadow with a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat. Great for capping and harassing with some powerful control. Gonna grab the contested power on the eastern edge. Red team, Peroncho Devaluador with a Mekboy, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat. Puts out some good damage with a bunch of versatile Orky gadgets, shooting up some Hormagaunts. They did grab the wreck point though. Alongside Piluco with a Lord General fighting in ranged combat. Begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers, really strong defense and support can also add to the retinue. And rounding off the teams is Brawler with a Tech Marine. Starts off in ranged combat, puts out some good damage with some buildings for support and stuff, can also repair. Those Guardians got way too close. I'm not sure what they were up to. I saw on the minimap that they moved all the way up to these cover points here when there were tactical Marines around and stuff. Maybe that was an old order that Shadow never amended. Banshees found a Sentinel which does not have the ground pound. It's kind of stuck here. Look at the damage. Lots of power melee attacks going in. Scouts on the prowl. These are Overtly Gemerouses. There's that special. Gonna lose a couple of scouts here, I think. Oh, shotguns come in just in time. Still lost a couple of scouts though. So I guess it wasn't just in time. Perhaps it stopped the Banshees going after the tactical Marines afterwards. Through the mid. Overtly Gemerous versus Piluco. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen Gemerous and Piluco and Brawler in one of my replays. Nice to see some players returning. Apothecary with a decent special but has to leave, and these tactical Marines are in for a bad time. Kraken Bolts is popped on these fellas. Made the double guardsman retreat though, and I don't think they're going to drop a model here. It's a well judged fight by Overtly. Maybe they will. Seems like no. Double Guardians now back for some Eldar pew pew. Shuriken Cannon on the field for Shadow. Warrior Brood up for YZ. Let's see what Gerard is up to on that western side. They've pushed all the way through to the power. Looks like they bashed it as well. These gens being replaced unless there were no gens there to begin with, which is unlikely. Sluggers with burners. Mekboy with electric armor. Nothing yet on the shooter boys. Cartesian Devils on the way for Piluco. Now we've seen time and time again Overtly Gemerous using tactical Marines and carrying sometimes all the way through to tier 3, but typically a very light tier 2 into tier 3. We'll see how it goes today. Howling Banshees with the aspect of strength on the way. And Devastators for Brawler. Any war gear here? Mastercrafted Bolter on the way. Just the shotguns up so far. Here comes the Hive Tyrant charging through Gerard with the extended carapace now. Tactical Marines flee in terror. Medical Sergeant up for that Lord General. Blue are blobbing up in the mid. Tech Marine might go down. Should get revived if they do. I don't think Gerard can get the last hit there. It's our first non-Spanish Hive Tyrant. We've got a Scouser Hive Tyrant now. 456 to 442. Lots of fire. Gemerous loves to use their tactical Marine flamers, typically getting on the power, although sometimes they use their scouts for a lot of power bashing with the shotguns. Tactical Marines again not dropping a model. Back off a bit, says Brawler. Invite stuff into the Devastators. Heavy bolter, double grenades in there. We have the flak jacket for incoming. 30% less damage, also immune to knockback, which is handy when Banshees are running at you with their special attacks and stuff. Shuriken Cannon continues to be a problem, but not for long. Out it goes. These are Brawler's scouts, trying to stop Overtly Gemerous' scouts harassing the power. They have their Sergeant now for the frag grenade. Apothecary with purification rights into the customized Storm Bolter. So perhaps not improve the medical equipment then. They do like those purification rights, Gemerous. Power bashing Orks. Ravena Brood suddenly in amongst them though with that burrow strike. And they kill a model. Shooters getting away with 3. Can the blue team flood the west side now? 437 to 427, very even on VPs as the players start to think about their tier 2s. In fact, Shadow has just gone tier 2. Walks by Exarch's down here. Maybe Overtly's going to chuck a heal on them to revive. Are they going to try and hit the power? There's a bunch of Orks, including some Storm Boys for Peroncho. Sentinel does finally get the ground pound right at the end of tier 1. Catechins could make a big difference in this fight if you can use their abilities well. Orks coming from the other side too. Blue team need to react. Here comes the Mekboy with electric armor. Gerard charging in, now going for the Psychic Scream. Storm Boys, oh, they jumped the Hormagaunts, really. You'd expect them to jump on a ranged unit. Warrior Brood in there. Still a bit more electric armor shenanigans. Yeah, I think that was a bad jump for the Storm Boys. Red team are flooding this side though. I think they've done enough. YZ has to run, or YZ, I'm not sure what they prefer. I guess it depends on what part of the world they're from. Tech Marine so close to level 2. Sneaky scouts from Overtly. Looks like they were bashing the node here before they were persuaded to leave by double devs. Brawler replaces their own scouts. Shadows had a rough time. Banshees wiped here. That's where the scouts wiped. Maybe the... I don't know. I don't know how that happened. How did the Banshees and the scouts wipe at the same time? I was thinking maybe the Banshees got grenaded. And then maybe it was just Guardians that shot down the scouts, I guess, while they were trying to trap the grenade. Who knows? 424 to 427. Shadow is in tier 2. Maybe they're going for a Falcon here. Big fight. As the red team tried to get onto the power, there's that defensive bonus or defensive buff from the Lord General, who again is in combat with a Hive Tyrant. Will we see the crushing claws for Gerard? Any sign of melee Synapse? Oh, they're not in tier 2 yet, dumbass. They are floating though. YZ is floating. Here come Storm Boys with their power melee weapons. They can threaten, especially a low level hero. Jumping out there though. I mean, maybe we'll see Rending Talon to the Seismic Roar. That would really screw up the Storm Boys and help with any Nob squads later. Just the fact that you can disrupt them on demand is pretty damn useful. Devastators, ouch, almost took out the Shuriken. Had some of those Vengeance rounds. Warp Spiders teleporting in for Shadow. Were they off the global bar? Probably. I think they've got a Sentinel here. Yes, it was trying to get back for a stomp, I believe, but I'm not sure if it would have got away from the Tactical Marines anyway, but that was a nice use of the Warp Spiders. And there's Crack Shot. Global ability of the Warp Spider Exarch, giving an increased range and damage, I believe. Kind of like Guide. Grabbing a Brood Burrow striking. Oh, not very far though. I thought they were going for the Shooter Boys, but they are disrupting the Sluggers and setting up the kill, maybe. Need some range damage. There we go. Peroncho down to 3 units now. Storm Boys are still alive. Where's the Mekboy? Oh, he's recovering in base right now. Oh, I thought they were going to stay and fight that. I guess with the Warrior Brood that low, it wouldn't have been long until those Synapse bombs start going off against the Storm Boys. Meanwhile, towards the northeast, a Tarantula turret is up for Brawler. Easily flanked, but it might hold up the blue team a bit. Grenade? Oh, they don't have the energy for a grenade. Is the Tech Marine going to get away? 8 hit points. Looks like they're going to be alright, maybe. Oh, almost not. Oh, Warp Spider teleports. I think they've got him. They have got him. I shouldn't have said I thought they were going to be alright. Here comes the Lord General, though, to revive. Nothing up in tier 2 yet from then. Tyrant Guard on the field, though, for YZ. And here comes a Librarian for Gemerous. Sometimes we'll see them get Devastator Plasma Cannon in tier 2. I don't think I've often seen them get a Librarian out in tier 2. Maybe I have. 415 to 386. Tank Busters on the field for Peroncho, Devaluador, Tyrant Guard. Can be pretty tricky for Orks, so they don't have plasma weapons. I mean, they have power melee, but you don't really want to be in melee with that guy. Warp Spiders with their Warp Spider Exarch. Not to be confused with this fella. Still level 1, no war gear. Brawler down to 2 units. Looks like the Eastern players having a rough time. Maybe they're getting hit with flanks and stuff that I'm not spotting. Tier 3 for Piluco. There's the tier 3 rush. Level 3 Apothecary with the armor of the Apothecarian to sprint around. And there's that Librarian. Already has the Force Staff for that Force Barrier. Attacks with their Sergeant, of course. There's the Force Barrier. So much nicer in Elite that you can fire and forget it. Countered though, I guess, by incoming, right? Can't knock him over. Does nothing. The Hive Tyrant is in there. Gets a decent special. Current Guard itself has heavy melee damage and super heavy infantry armor. Also has a splash on hit. I think it's a 15 splash on hit. It does attack quite quickly though, so it adds up. 415 to 356 on the VP's blue team push through to the power, I think. In fact, some Eldar stuff already on the power thanks to Shadow. On my way, says Brawler. Meanwhile, Tactical Marines with their fast capping are decapping here. They might bash the power. They don't have a flamer today. Or they're getting a flamer just for that, knowing that 3 players are on this side. Full bash and now a decap. Meanwhile, well played Shadow took the opportunity to get a decap on the VP. We have a Dreadnought with an assault cannon for Brawler. Tech Marine can support vehicles really well. Not only can they repair themselves manually, but they have that global team-wide vehicle repair, which is pretty awesome in a 3v3. Scouts from Overtly Gemerous doing their power bashing thing. So annoying being on the resource lane when Gemerous is on the opposing team. Might get a full bash though from his tax. Warp Spider is back there, could maybe teleport on them and tie them up. Storm Boys have their Knob Leader. Big old fellow with a heavy melee weapon that can stun on landing. And a Death Gun for the mech might help stop some of those advances. We do see a Crushing Claws Hive Tyrant now. 108 heavy melee DPS, and that's with a level 1 Hive Tyrant. The damage will scale up as he levels. I don't think Red Team are going to take back the VP right here, right now. Tank Busters trying to get some DPS on the Tyrant Guard. The Tyrant Guard can go into shield wall mode, giving it vehicle armor, so the Tank Busters will help with that if that happens. But they're not super efficient at putting the DPS on in its walking around state like a plasma gun would be, or an Inferno PvP weapon. Towards the mid, what's going on? Lehman Rush dropped in by Piluco, that's what's going on. Dreadnought has been haywire grenaded. Missile launch attacks are here too. That single target piercing DPS is pretty gnarly. Apothecary, well played, Overtly. Got them close enough for the advanced healing here. Might have saved that model. Will it save them here though? They don't have the energy to throw another healer. I guess they've used it already. 415 to 237. Or maybe it was just advanced healing that drained all the energy. 2-1 for blue. But looks like red team with a pretty nice push here. Dreadnought is so far forward. Trying to finish off the tax maybe. See a council on the field for Shadow in tier 3. Power melee squad of Warlocks that can jump around and disrupt stuff. They can't knock over a Dreadnought though. There's a haywire again. And here's missile launcher Tactical Marines. And down goes the Dreadnought. It was so far forward, but I can see why they were trying to chase stuff there. They got sucked into it, which happens so often with Walkers. That's some kind of stat about how often Walkers last until tier 3 or until the end of the game if they've been purchased in tier 2. Seems like tier 2 vehicles in general just struggle to last the game in a 3v3, just the way of it, but they still have their value. Lehman Russ with a Vanquisher cannon here for Piluco. Good versus enemy large targets. Overtly Gemerous, one of the last players to go tier 3 here actually. They've been very busy with their fighting, I guess. They are floating. 411 to 223. They have plenty of red to get Terminators, but I mean maybe they want the Land Raider Redeemer first. 2-1 for red. Where's the jump? Where's the jump? No jump. It's going to go after the Apothecary. There's the Crippling Poison. There's the jump. Went for the Guardians. Lehman Russ gets haywired. Warp spiders get away. Look at that full retinue there for the Lord General. That's awesome to see. Oh no, it's not. There's one more fellow they can get. Medical Sergeant isn't in there. Beamy Death Gun mech now. Help do some damage at least to the... Oh, they've gone back to the Death Gun. I'll say help do some damage to the Tyrant Guard. Level 4 Apothecary. Look how fast he is sprinting around with this thing. That's nuts. Maybe we'll see... I mean, is it worth getting the Venom Cannon up for the Hive Tyrant to try and pressure the tank here? We could just charge in and smack it, maybe. They're going to take a bunch of plasma gun damage from his guardsmen if it does. There's a charge. Psychic Scream, I think, was used as they were charging, maybe? It lasts 15 seconds. It's a good debuff. Death Gun suppressing some stuff. Blue team retaining the west side for now. There's the teleport in for the Death Gun at close range. Apothecary has to heal themselves. And then they flee. 389 to 223. What is this down? That's the Warp Spider Exarch down on the east side. Scouts. I don't think you needed the grenade at the end there, fellas. You had it. Being repurchased immediately, though. Another Leman Russ on the way for Piluco. Tech Marine with a Melter Gun. Signum Armor. And now a Refractor Field, too. They did have the Mastercrafted Bolter before, I believe. Melter Gun, good versus all targets at reasonably close range. Tactical Marines on the eastern side now for Gemerous. They're so good at splitting. Where is the Apothecary? Apothecary and Librarian maybe going west. Guardian Weapon Team, I think, trying to cap that central wreck point. Scouts going to decap on the VP. Single here into the 1-to-1. West side kicking off. Tyrant Guard still stomping around. Where is the tier 3? The tier 3 is in for Peroncho, and Knob Squad is on the way. Hive Tyrant charges in. There's a Psychic Scream. Not much you can do to avoid that when he's charging in like that. Storm Boys trying to get some DPS on the Tyrant Guard, but they were being focused down. The Beamy Death Gun is doing a good job. Big chunks per shot. And here's a Knob Squad. Elite tier 3 infantry can smack down anything in the game, especially with all their upgrades. Mina and Greener is in. Here comes the Knob Leader now. Knob Leader has over 1,000 hit points himself, I believe. Carnifex with a good Bioplasma shot, thanks to the Venom Cannon upgrade, and Overtly Gemerous has Terminators on the field with a Cyclone Missile Launcher to help deal with Leman Russes. Oh, did Piluco not get the second Leman Russ? Or did it go down? They have some Catachan Devils up. I don't think they got it in. Maybe they're going for a Baneblade now? Overtly Gemerous loses their scouts. Oh no, they don't. How did they get over there? That was weird. The scouts are very strangely split up, maybe messed up by the Leman Russ messing up the pathing kind of thing. Double tax here with plasma guns on each for Brawler. Shooting up some Seer Counts who just got a heal from the Apothecary. A level 6 heal too. Allows them to get the full bash and get away with only one model loss. Decapped as well. Tactical Marines are on it, they're faster capping. West side, what's going on? Leman Russ dropped in. Leman Russ has dropped in. Showing rear armor though, needs to be careful. There we go. Where's the other one? Going towards the west side. We try to target that Carnifex. Getting shots on the Terminators as well. Knob Squad is in there. Don't have their hammers yet. Frenzy popped. There's a Psychic Scream. They're going after these Terminators. Down to a single model. Hormagaunts there to try and help. I guess they've used their teleport. Storm Boy's already also there, I should say. Oh, they can't. They teleported out. Doesn't seem like they're going to try and chase. Carnifex gets a special attack with the Venom Cannon, which is fun. Knob Squad did a lot of work there. They soaked up so much damage, getting away with one model. Storm Boys go down. They can't soak up the damage like a Knob Squad can. I think I'd probably get double knobs here for Peroncho. Flash kits are very tempting to fight the Terminators with, but a Nob Squad will fight anything. And they soak up so much damage. Can swarm the Carnifex as well, maybe. And also swarm the inevitable Land Raider Redeemer. But Peroncho needs a requisition to get anything at the moment. Could do with some more power income too. This is still uncapped, unnoded over there. Tech Marine level 4. Gonna run into some Warp Spiders. Boom. Are they going for the VP? Brawler with a new Dreadnought. He's not expecting that. To fight the Seer Council, I guess. Doing a good job. There's a Haywire though. I don't think anything here can finish it. I mean, they're trying. They're throwing those piercing weapons in. West side. Carnifex level 2. And we do see a Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant at the emergence of the second Leman Russ, I guess. This is most likely going to be a repair bunker, but these Leman Russes are getting kind of low. Nob Squad running in. Peroncho must have been using their resources to reinforce things. And buying gens and stuff, maybe. Nob Squad pushing the army back all by themselves. Oh, they're just going for a decap. I guess it would be difficult for them to chase because of the crippling poison on those guys. Red team are getting low on VPs, actually, down to 85 here. Venom Cannon goes for the Human Russ. Cattatons throwing their smoke grenade out. There's the repair bunker. Just in time, too. They get the Hive Tyrant. Gerard falls. I think it's the first time Gerard's fallen over. Another Carnifex on the way for YZ. 1-to-1 cap here. Back to the east side. What's going on? Oh, Gemerous is here. There's a turret, which doesn't bother the Terminators very much, but there's marked target. Cyclone Missile Launcher gets the turret one shot. Where are the attacks? They're coming out of base. Marked target is now worn off. There's global repair from Brawler. That's going to help out Piluco's stuff as well. Can get a lot of damage now on the Terminators. Teleporting out again is well judged by Gemerous. Not well judged for those tactical marines though. They down to one model there. I guess they were trying to get as many shots on the Dreadnought as they can. There's that force wall thing. What do they call it? Force barrier, I know that. Can they kill a Terminator? Doesn't want to overextend the Dreadnought. There's the Emperor's Fist. Oh, might be able to get a finish on the Librarian here. Whoa, that hit did nothing, it seemed. Cyclone Missile Launcher again, missile launching. Attacks pushing up pretty far. This is a dicey fight for these guys, they're very low. And they shall no fear is popped. Brawler's putting a lot into this push here, being flanked by some Guardians. Putting a hell of a lot into this push. There's Warp Spiders now. Kicking off on the west side. Red team are going to get the VP back, it seems. Is the second Carnifex up? There it is. Are they both? They're both Venom Cannons. Yes, they are. Going to try and outshoot those Leman Russes, I guess. Can these guys get away? Grenade is in retreat path. Or is it? Oh, they must have used it already. They're trying to melee those tactical marines down level 3 and level 4. They got away. What about the Dreadnought buddy, though? It's being chased. Missile launch attacks are there. Terminator is getting in for a power fist. There's the Emperor's Fist. Can they save it? I don't know. These guys might be able to haywire again soon. They're just running around the garrison trying to avoid shots, but there's one. How are these tacks moving so quickly? Why are the tacks sprinting around? Very strange. They're still sprinting. What is this? They seem to be getting Armor of the Apothecary benefits. That's really strange. West side. Massive engagement. Super tough beam on the Nob Squad. Hive Tyrant back to his feet. Gerard runs away though. Double Carnifex is there. The Tyrant Guard is still around too. And repairs for the Leman Russes off the bunker, of course. Tank Buster Barrage. Can be tricky to hit well on Carnifexes. They don't have that kind of big flat top like a tracked vehicle does, although I assume it's a similar footprint. Probably just doesn't look as easy to hit. In the mid, it's kicking off too. Is this the same Dreadnought? It can't be. No, it's brand new. No XP. A new Dreadnought for Brawler. Hoping it was going to be a Venerable. I was excited for a second. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Overtly Gemerous. Still don't know how those tactical marines seem to be running around so quickly there. You do sometimes see models speed up when they are trying to get into coherency with another model. Maybe it was that I was seeing. Smack. This is the third Dreadnought that Brawler's had. Tech Marine almost level 5. Uh-oh. Dreadnought pushed so far up has now run into double Venom Cannon Carnifexes. Is it going to get away? There's the advanced healing. Double tax popping a Kraken Bolts though and really messing up Gemerous's Tactical Marines. Mark target comes in a little bit late, but a Dreadnought did escape. It was enough to save the Dreadnought. There's the Land Raider Redeemer. Brawler calls it out. And Fire Prism on the way. How are they going to respond to that call out? Well, we got double Knob Squad for Peroncho. That's all you need. What else do you need in life? New jammers are on for these fellas. The other fellas are only starting to be upgraded. They have their meaner and greener. And there's a Knob Leader on the way. Demon Russes, double Vanquishers. Level 2 and level 3 as well. So a full retinue now for the Lord General. Awesome. Catachan's level 3. Level 4 Guardsmen fully upgraded with plasma guns. It does a lot of DPS. Cyclone Missile Launcher on the infantry blob, not on the Leman Russes. Oh, they got double Terminators now. Gemerous. What was that? Oh, Tactical Marine just got destroyed. By the plasma guns, I guess? I wasn't even looking at that. Lots of buffs from the Lord General. Also has fire on my target. 30% more weapon range, as well as that incoming. Now switching to melter guns to help with the Land Raider, I guess, and the Carnifexes and stuff. West side. Knob Squad. Could go after the Tyrant Guard, maybe. Done quite a lot of work, this fella. They don't want to fight it, it seems. Did they get Psychic Scream? Is that the word of debuffed over there? It's a good shot from the Bioplasma. The odd Knob Squad now are going after the Tyrant Guard. Where's the other Knob Squad? They're coming in. And these guys do have their hammers. These other fellas are getting quite low. Where's the Mekboy? He's right there. And there's that super tough beam. Going after Gerard. Just pop the invulnerability. So all this damage is being wasted here, but they are now have full momentum from those hammers. The Tyrant Guard coming in to disrupt. Gets a good special as well. Levels up to 3, this fella. Look at him go. Now the Knob Squad go for the decap. Red team are down to 75 VPs. Pushing through the mid though. Oh, they got the Land Raider. I completely missed them getting the Land Raider. I guess it was Melter Gun and double Vanquisher kind of Leman Russes, eh? VP says Peroncho. 279 to 71. Knob Squad getting away with a single model there. Gonna be some expensive reinforcement. And only has tank busters aside from those fellas. Need some help on the west side, I think. Push together, says Brawler. Need res, says Shadow. Where are you, though? Should be easy to res there. Gemerous making sure they don't push the natural VP. Level 7 Apothecary, almost level 8. There's the 2-to-1. Red team don't have a huge amount of time here. Looks like they're all rushing the west side. Last cannon in play for Brawler. Good versus those Carnifexes, of course. There's triple Carnifexes now. All with Venom cannons. Knob Squad are on the offensive. The Dreadnoughts in its default melee loadout still. There's some repairs going in. Tank Buster Barrage. Some decent hits. Oh, Brawler with double Dreadnoughts pushing the mid, actually. Seer Council coming in. They don't want to fight the Dreadnoughts, though. Getting some smacks on the Terminators. There's the Emperor's Fist. Terminators teleporting out. I'm not sure what the Seer Council are doing here. You can't fight one Dreadnought, let alone 2 of them. Level 4 tax, level 4 tax, those plasmas. Those plasmas, though. Almost 31 DPS without leveling. just on that single gun. 279 to 35. Tyranno formation on the west side, I guess. Super tough bean Nob squad. Still, this Tyrant Guard is here doing some good work. Las Cannon's getting shots. And red team do have the VP. Need to get the natural back. Looks like they're on it. Is that the Spider? No, the Apothecary got it. Apothecary might go down and retreat though. Looks like they have survived. Nob squad seem to be taking a lot of damage from those Venom Cannons, you know. But they're still in there. They are still in there. Termagant's level 4 trying to cap. Now they are persuaded to leave, finally. Peroncho needs the assist. Here comes Piluco. Manticore on the way. That's a good shout at the end. Terminator's teleporting away. So much DPS they can do here with the fight harder as well. Bioplasma doesn't really hit very well. Piluco has a very strong army, but needs to be careful, of course. Level 10, Lord General. 2-1 cap for blue. Can decap there, says Peroncho. I think maybe they're talking about the natural. Looks like a Tech Marine maybe went for it. What's this? Oh, Seer Council maybe looking for the other VP. Guess this is it, says Peroncho. The other Nob squad needs to get moving. They are not moving. Big push on the west side now. Tank Buster barrages. Tyrant Guard there, healing up. Cyclone. Getting some good shots. There's the Cult of Speed global from the Mekboy. Very helpful for those Demon Russes. Double fire prisms all of a sudden. Instantly one of them goes down. Oh, is that double melted dreadnoughts coming in? Look at that. Holy crap, they wrecked those fire prisms. Eldritch Storm now. From Shadow, of course. Well dodged for the most part. Surprised you haven't seen another bunker, actually, with medical or something. Down goes the Carnifex. Does the Tyrant Guard live, though? Does it remain? Decap, says Brawler. Down to 4 VPs. This is dicey, because the Seer Council could get a decap here. Improvised explosive goes off. There's a shotgun blast as well. Cataton's trying to hold on against the Seer Council. They are level 4. Is anything going to help them? There's nothing close to help them. There's crack shots on the Seer Council apparently. I don't think it gives a flat damage bonus. I think it's only range damage. And they are dealt with there. Looks like was that Tax that died? No. 2-1 for red. With only 4 VPs, this is cutting it so close. The Dreadnoughts were amazing. It was worth it just for that Dreadnought push, wrecking the fire prisms there. Yeah. One's going to go down immediately. Thorax Swarm and Venom Cannons. Demon Russes, though, backing them up. Nob Squad rushing them back. Apothecary trying to get a decap, gets shotgun blasted off it. Cataton's an amazing job. And there's the Vox Operator calling. Is that more Terminators? It is. Triple Terminators for Overtly Gemerous. Shadow's down to a single unit though. Can they kill the Apothecary? Can't. No one can ever kill that Apothecary. Lord General being careful to turn himself around before he starts capping so he can maybe shoot some stuff. Lehman Rush dropped in. That could be dangerous. There's triple Cyclone Missile Launcher fellas here. Cult of Speed Dreadnought coming in. Usually they just put them on melee stance so they can chase and hit and shoot stuff. 1-1 cap. Red team are still in here. Uh-oh. West side is turning red though. Gerard, the Hive Tyrant, is in there. Super tough beam knobs can pop the invulnerability, I think. No? There it is. I wonder if they could have finished that cap there. It might have been worth it to lose the Hive Tyrant and finish that cap. I don't know if they could have decapped it in time. We need to get back on this VP stat. Level 3 mech. Helping to keep the Carnifexes at bay. Mekboy goes for the cap. Piluco doing a good job trying to float between the 2 points. What is this? The Dreadnought's in base. And why not? The base turrets can't do anything to it. Gate of Infinity getting the Terminators to safety. Dreadnought doesn't want to waste time bashing HQ turrets. Red team really need to keep something here though, surely. Another bunker, Peroncho says. That's what I was thinking. Triple Nob Squad now for Peroncho. Shadow with an Avatar on the way. The Dreadnought drawing so much fire. Surely it can't get away from this, but it's holding up the blue team a bit. Here's a las cannon for Overtly Gemerous to help the triple Lehman Russes against the triple Lehman Russes as an executioner. Do they have some? They have something. Oh, the Catechins are back here. Improvised explosives going up. Brawler's pushing. I don't think you want to push here. Maybe they're just having a look. Got a couple of scouts to help some sneaky decaps and stuff. 189 to 4. Do the blue team have a push in them? They certainly do with all the Carnifexes and triple Terminators and now an Avatar. So they get the Avatar buffs if they're close to the Terminators and the Seer Council buffs if they're close. So the Seer Council are going the eastern flank back to the west side. A decapping Hive Tyrant. Nob Squad taking a long time to get into combat there. Able to get the decap. And they might just stand there and try and get the cap. Do these guys have hammers? Yeah, they do. Momentum rings right there. Got the decap. Avatar is trying to Wailing Doom. Hits a single knob. Seems like Peroncho is trying to be somewhat cautious with their knobs, not sending them all in to soak up damage immediately, which might be really smart. Keeping one in reserve kind of thing. Did the second bunker get put up? No. 174 to 4. What are those Lehman Russes going to? They want to flank the mid. It's dangerous though with these missile launcher Terminator fellas. There's a cyclone shot. Look at that damage. That was like 3 missiles landing as well only. What level are these fellas? Level 4 and level 4. 174 to 4 on the VPs, all the 4s. Nob Squad on capping duty. Looks like there was another Tyrant formation here that I missed. Eldritch? Or is that a D? That's a singularity, I think. Yeah, it's a singularity. Doesn't hit anything in the end. Oh, hits those fellas, I'm lying. Mekboy should maybe be capping. I guess they would just get shot off it. But look at this. Sneaky scouts from Brawler. Nicely done on the VP back there. Terminator is trying to trade shots. Where's the force barrier? Oh, incoming is going to stop it anyway. Wow. Holy crap. Fox operator reinforcing those guys. Cult of Speed, triple Lehman Russes running at you. And there's an orbital from Brawler. Angels of Death is popped to reduce damage by 50% and stop knockback. But it doesn't stop. Oh, it does stop you getting lifted into the air. Wow. That's so good for those guys. 2 to 1 for red again. They've lost the contested. Nob Squad is there. Where are the other 2 Nob Squads? They are... One's back at base, they need to get moving. Blue team taking a natural back. Is it going to be enough? Can the Lord General get his decap in time? Down goes the Lehman Russ. They can get a decap in time. Nob Squad pushing in. It might be worth going alongside them with the Lehman Russes. But obviously they're trying to be cautious with them. Lehman Russes have been so awesome going between the mid and the west. Blue team get the natural back and they're on red team's natural. They only need 4 seconds of a 2 to 1. I don't know if there's enough stuff here to stop this. Here come the Lehman Russes, but there's 3 Terminator squads. They can just chain the cap. Those guys are out of there. I'm surprised they're not chaining that cap. And then just teleporting them out one by one. Venerable Dreadnought dropped in by Brawler. They've had like 4 or 5 Dreadnoughts now. Awesome. Cyclones destroys the drop pod. West side, Avatar being las cannoned. Nob Squad need to move the other way. Took a big hit. There's a singularity. Didn't seem to do any damage to that Devastator fella though. Guy's level 4. 103 to 4, kicking off on the west side. Massive push now. Massive push from the red team. Decap though from that Hive Tyrant. Gerard has done so many decaps. Invulnerability pretty good for Hive Tyrants to get those decaps, I guess. That's what it's there for. It's a good rocket run. Avatar, I think, is going to fall here. Las Cannon's getting shots and there's 2 Nob squads there. Super Tough Beam is up. Knockback immunity and big damage reduction. Meanwhile, on red team's natural, Leman Russes are falling. Apothecary, can they finally kill this guy? Level 10. Down he goes. Is that the first time he's gone down? Maybe. Terminators all leave. But blue team might be able to get the 2-1 right here. Right here, right now. Piluco lost all those tanks. Can a Manticore knock them off the cap here? Cult of Speed is trying to get close enough. Tank Buster Barrage trying to knock them off the cap. Oh, it wasn't enough. Didn't hit the right model. There's the 2-1 and that might be it. Surely that's it. GG indeed. There's the 2-1 for blue and they've got it. And they've got it. What a game. Gerard the Hive Tyrant got to level 8. YZ was very solid on the west side, spamming Venom Cannon Carnifexes, which seemed to do really well. Overtly Gemerous, with his usual play of the quick tier 3 into all the Terminators that they had. 4 Terminator squads at the end. And I guess the Land Raider didn't last very long, did it? Overtly does have a reputation of losing their Land Raiders and seemingly not caring very much about it. They still win a lot of the time. Warp Spreader Exarch level 5. Seer Council did a lot of work, but they lost a lot of stuff. Phase Armor improved Targeters. Peroncho with 4 Nob squads. Beamy Death Gun, Mega Rumbler, and Super Tough Beam on a level 4 mech as well. Did none of these guys get level 4? Oh, poor bastards. Piluco with a level 10 Lord General did an amazing job with those Leman Russes. Just couldn't keep it going forever with all those Cyclone missile launchers around. And my favourite, with all the Dreadnoughts, level 6 Tech Marine here for Brawler. Melter Gun, Signum, and Refractor Field. Was so fun to see those Melter Dreadnoughts come charging in. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.